I'm grateful for the fact that we have not PB'd yet today, but yet we've improved so much. 3, 2, 1, go. Can you just smash some emojis together, please?
It's me, Mario.
I love Super Auto Pets. I'll never be mad at people asking for Super Auto Pets. But not till next week, probably.
Dear Mario,
Definitely.
come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
I'm not a nervous finisher. I've never had a problem finishing. I would say that's one of my greatest skills. Nervous, scared, hungry, tired, doesn't matter. That shit is finishing. It's like clockwork. You had a problem finishing Mombozo? It's in early access, it's not even done yet! Clearly you've never been on a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. That is true, I've never been on a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. On weed. Oh! Ain't ever seen it done like that before! How's that for some new tech? Now that is new tech. Tony Hawk skip. That's not even Lakitu skip. That's NL skip. That is a new moon record. He ate the bomb out of my fucking hands and then had the audacity to land on the pole. His head is all fucked up. Did you see his head? His head was like, what happened? That can happen sometimes. That was wild, man. I just can't believe he bit my bomb. His plan was to blow up and then act like he ain't know nobody. He turned up his nose at us after he ate our bomb. All of his friends turned up their nose because they had a problem with his plumbing clothes. He was a change on boy. He said, see you later, boy. Doesn't rhyme anymore. That's okay. That's fine. Please no. What's your problem with Avril Lavigne? She has a couple like good songs. Well, like songs that you would put on like a playlist for a high school reunion if you went to high school during that era. Like not songs where you would be like, oh, one of my favorite songs from the 2000s. But like if you were making a Peloton ride that was like 2000s pop, you would put like Skater Boy on it probably. It's got a nice driving beat. She died in 2007, was replaced by an actor. Actually, thanks to Tyler Durden's phone call, the police were able to stop her plan to buy a and commit. She was committed to a mental asylum and released in 2012. That's 2 jokes for the price of 1. There you go. That one's for you, Squeaks. We do intentional button presses. I love the Fight Club bit. It's just so funny that apparently it still has the song, too. Ooh. They reverted it? They should have kept it. That's cowardice now. Like, that was a bold stylistic choice to ruin the ending of the movie. The author said it was actually close. The author doesn't own that shit anymore. We own it. Okay? If the author thinks that ending is better, then the author got lucky. It happens. Like Forrest Gump. Did you know that they wrote a Forrest Gump sequel? And Hollywood agreed it's pure anus. They refused to make the movie. Hold on, I'm going up. It's called Fivis Gump, yeah. It's called Tundra Gump. These are all great jokes. Tundra Gump. Oh, man. The author of Heat just wrote a sequel. Michael Mann? Who wrote Heat? I don't know. His name's Michael Mann. And your film was all the way Kino. Hoo-ah! Sorry, Al Pacino does not say hoo-ah in Heat. Just a little thwomp gold, nothing serious. It's only entertainment. He does not say hoo-ah in Heat. That's Scent of a Woman. Have you ever seen Scent of a Woman? Al Pacino won Best Actor for just playing the world's blindest asshole. I'm sorry. What I wanted to say is the world's rudest blind man. Because I don't actually know if he's the blindest person in the world. But he's a serious piece of shit. He's just, like, very unpleasant. But you're supposed to be like, it's okay because he's blind. And I'm like, that applies to some degree. Like, you know, I'll cut you a little bit more slack, but he was going off, man. He was just being an asshole to everybody. It's his As Good As It Gets. Yeah, I watched As Good As It Gets like 2 years ago for the first time since, like, it came out basically, and I was 10, right? So I didn't know. Jack Nicholson legit tries to kill a dog at the start of that movie. Someone's like, hey, can you watch my dog? And he dumps it in the garbage chute and goes back to his apartment. Like, he's not just, like, an asshole. He's actually just, like, a terrible person. I don't mean terrible person like he doesn't tip well. I mean, like, he tried to kill someone's dog. He basically commits murder. The only reason it's not murder is because it didn't succeed. But he thought it succeeded. The movie's still kind of good, though. And Greg Kinnear, great actor. So does Jack Black in Anchorman. Yeah, but that movie has a farcical tone, okay? And he doesn't kill the dog. He just kicks it off of a really tall bridge. My insane pace? What was that? That vector did not look right, man. We're okay. Look at that. Look at that. The dog lived, remember? It phoned Will Ferrell back, I think. His name is Baxter. I remember that. Saw Anchorman in theaters with my parents. Then when it came out July 2004, I remember specifically. Saw it in theater with my parents as a 15, 16-year-old. Went back to high school that September. Everybody was quoting Anchorman. They all saw it together. I was like, I saw it too, guys. They didn't need to know I saw it with my mom and dad. Hey-o! The perfect crime. Quoting a movie you saw with your parents as a teenager. Nobody needs to know. I know where I am. I'm in my mind's eye. Chat knows now. You guys ever do the shit at the mall where, like, you'd go to the mall with your parents and maybe, like, instead of staying home, you'd be like, I want to go to electronics boutique, but then you would walk, like, 6 feet behind them or 6 feet in front of them so that maybe if somebody saw you, they would be like, oh, this is not like just a 14-year-old here with his parents. This is just a 14-year-old very suspiciously walking at the exact same pace as two people who look almost exactly like him. That was not us. That didn't have to happen. Ooh, pulled it back. Yeah, I know. I should have just shot with my mom and my dad, but like, you know. I don't know. I don't blame my parents for that, but like to some extent, they do have some responsibility. Because when my parents went to the mall, like I would just have to hang out with my dad. He would flip through dress shirts at Winners for like an hour. Like, if you want to do that, that's fine. But as soon as you've got like a mandatory +1, I mean, I've probably spent like 100 hours in my life just standing and looking at dress shirts and watching my dad go like this, looking for like the ones that are on sale. What have I done? Psycho camera? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Honestly, that's probably the new definitive camera angle for Boing. Winners is not worth the savings. The last pair of pants I bought where the crotch gave out in like 2 weeks was at Winners. I remember I tried on 3 pairs of pants. They all fit, so I was like, I'm gonna get all 3. When I went through the checkout, they were like, that'll be $47. And I was like, really? 3 pairs of pants, their average price was like $15.30 each or something like that. I didn't know you could, like, make and ship pants that cheap. That's pretty cheap, no? It's suspiciously cheap. I'm not saying it's too expensive. I'm like, how did you get the fabric onto a loom, put a price tag on it, ship it into a box, hire staff to make sure, you know, nobody steals it? Like, the crotch did not last very long, though. It's true. Child labor? Yeah, but there's probably like expensive pants that are made by child labor to begin with. What's their excuse? Don't say greed. Come up with something funny. That was so scary. I'm not being an edgelord about it, okay? I'm just saying. That's the edgiest Flight of the Conchords joke that they have in their whole collection. We're turning kids into slaves just to make cheaper sneakers, but what's the real cost when the sneakers aren't even that much cheaper? Why are we still paying so much for sneakers when we got them made by little kids? What are their overheads? Okay, that's fine. I'll just do a quick 2-tap here and not die. Comedic timing. Is that the subtext of Willy Wonka, by the way? Like, are the Oompa Loompas just children, but Willy Wonka doesn't want to get canceled? So he says that they're adults, but you've just never heard of them before? They're refugee slaves. Look. Let's go. You've seen the movie. I'm sure that an Oompa Loompa smiles in the movie. Why'd you smile? Well, it adds a certain fan theory subtext to it, doesn't it? They can talk about that in the Timothy Chalamet Wonka movie. Please? Just needed a little patience. Thank you. Timothy Chalamet. And for dessert, we got a beautiful Timothy Chalamet from the south of France. It does come as part of the Prix Fixe menu. Oh, baby, swim me. His sister is based? Why do you know anything about Timothy Chalamet's sister? And what I can only presume are her union sentiments. Remember when we were talking about how mankind wasn't meant to know this much information about people? Oh, she's an actress too? Okay, never mind. Oh, if you're her husband, okay, then you're a wife guy. Big ups for saying your wife's based. Many people are saying this. Hopefully not too many. Are you seeing the consistency of these greens? Holy cow, man. I'm really impressed with myself today. Now, if you told me, I knew that was coming. If you told me that we would have these kind of splits, this kind of consistency, and then you asked me what I thought our chances were of having a PB today, I would have said legit like 100%. But that's okay. Good things come to those who practice. No, but I see the consistency of your browns. You're right. That's a good mouth joke. Is this zero cycle? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But it might be one cycle. If I gave you these statistics... I don't have here, Squeaks. You gotta come up with an original comment. You can't just do what I do in your chat and post whatever emote the person above me posted. Help me. What? Pivot, pivot, pivot. Pivot, 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 pivot. Fuck you! You stink. It's alright. We're getting the practice anyway. That Tony just didn't feel right from the very start. Like, I'll just be honest. If you don't get the Tony on the first attempt on this analog stick, it actually takes, like, you have to be the mountain in order to have the strength to pull it back. And I just don't have that strength in me 100% of the time. 75, maybe. Maybe. So much better at the wedge today, too. Look at this. So much better at this section. I think I'll reset. Why not? We're here. Save the sum of best. Run it back. We got time for a run back. That was you gotta admit, one of the greatest bullies in Mario 64 history. Still fun. Still had a good time on that one.
Hey, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Walton Goggins gonna play the lead in a Fallout TV series? See, that's what I mean, like, these shows keep squandering him.
Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Like, stop putting him in stuff that's probably gonna be garbage. Put him in more good TV shows. He's great in The Righteous Gemstones, but he should be the main character. In everything. He looks nothing like my character. He doesn't look like my character either, unfortunately. For him. Dude, the Lakitu skip's been kind of goated today, huh? Walking percent? I did fall into the water once. Intentional A presses. Intentional A presses. Bro, how fucked up is it that the only difference between attempted murder and murder is whether or not the murder works? Like, I know how this sounds, but like, if you shoot somebody in the head at point blank range and they don't die, you should still be charged with murder. Just because they're built different doesn't mean, like, you're not a murderer. Seems kind of like, I get there's situations where, like, you know, you might like punch somebody in the head really hard, thinking like, I want to kill this guy, and then they, like, you know, hit their head on a fire hydrant when they fall down. They might be like, that's attempted murder instead of assault or whatever. But like, I mean, if you like cut somebody's head off and they survive, you're a murderer. As you're not an attempted murderer as far as I'm concerned. You're an actual murderer. What are you talking? They could, if they got it fast enough, they could sew it back on. I think. Like John Wayne Bobbitt's penis. Are we past the slash marker? Is this demonetized territory? Huh? You don't know? You didn't watch the Lorena Bobbitt documentary on Amazon Prime a couple years ago? Oh, but you watched I, Tonya. Okay. Gotta look. I gotta look. Sorry. Nailed it. I, Tonya is a great movie. Don't come in here and think I don't like I, Tonya. You think I'm not Janny pilled? Imagine shooting your wife with a crossbow 3 times and nobody suspects. So this is not just a psychotic comment. There was a show, I don't remember what show it was. I think it might have been an episode of like Forensic Files or something like that, where a woman legit got shot by a crossbow 3 times. And they were working so hard to pin it on her crossbow-owning husband, but they like couldn't get all the evidence to align or something. Like, if I remember correctly, there were times where she, like, was in the garage, and then she, like, just got shot in the back with a crossbow bolt. And then when she came to, they were like, oh, yeah, you knocked over a box that, like, shot the crossbow and fired and happened to hit you in the back. But whenever you see stuff like that, you're like, come on. There's a 99.999% chance it's the husband shooting her in the back, okay? But imagine, I always say this about The Staircase, okay? The goated true crime legal documentary. He, like, based on what's shown in the documentary, he fucking did that shit, probably. But if he didn't, the dude has the worst luck of all time, because both of his spouses died in exactly the same way, like 20 years apart, in the exact same freak accident. Like, I don't know what it is. Apparently, being married to me means that you just get really clumsy around the staircase. It's probably the same goddamn owl. Holy cow. Are you seeing this? What are you doing? Anyway. That's me. Confident start, nervous finish. Yahoo? Anyway, that's all I got. I'm just saying, there is a chance, however infinitesimal, it's not a high percentage chance, but there is a chance that that crossbow guy, his wife is just really clumsy around crossbows, and now everybody thinks he's an attempted murderer. Just because his wife doesn't have good trigger discipline? That's not fair. That's not what the justice system was created to protect. Why did he have a loaded crossbow in the garage? Maybe he knows how to handle it. Maybe he's not in the habit of knocking boxes over and causing himself to get shot in the back. It's such a Gen Z quirk, you know? Oh, I made a mistake and dropped a box leading a crossbow to shoot me in the back. That's your fault the crossbow was loaded. Okay, maybe try not dropping a box next time. Then there wouldn't be a problem. Same thing when the people, we talked about it like 2 days ago, when you're at like a big event and they're like, oh, nobody can come in, it's a fire violation. Okay, don't start a fire, and then we don't have anything to worry about, buddy. Methinks the firefighter doth protest too much. Han Solo, thank you. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Did you place some ducats on the Canucks beating the Sharks like I recommended Justin to do? Close game. Yeah, kind of. If you think winning by 1 goal in overtime is close. There's never a doubt in my mind. Anyway, I didn't even watch it. Saved. Sounds close. Yeah, but then you gotta remember, like, it was the Sharks. Like, if we were playing the Ducks and it went to overtime, I'd be like, they got a chance. But it's the Sharks. Like, come on. What are they gonna do? Sign our aging talent to horrible free agent deals that cripple their salary cap for the next decade? Come on. Have some respect. I am going, because we have 28 minutes remaining, we're going to run one more. We got exactly time for one more. 3, 2, 1, go. I've changed my compare against somehow.
Mario.
Zoms, though? Zoms? Well, then just root for this run to fail, and then we have some Zoms time. Whoa, my best is in 2016. What the hell? Personal best. There we go. There we go.
Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Honestly, this is how I can tell who the real viewers are. It's been an insanely good day of Mario. Some of best came down 25 seconds, but some people would be like, no PB, it was a waste. Have you been watching the last week and a half of Mario? We were getting like 27s and being like, that's pretty good. No PB, people leave. And we're getting stronger through every run. Okay, we got time for one more reset real quick. Why is there no people arrive? If you leave, I don't want you coming back.
It's me, Mario.
Also, if we can't play Zoms, that's fine, because the community has gotten too good. I know there's like a bunch of like 12-year-olds watching, just waiting for that final 14 minutes of Zoms at the end.
Yours truly, Princess Toadstool.
Turning the sensitivity on their mouse up. 1600 DPI. Wow, 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 wow. He's scared of us now. Need to find a new cheap BR to finish the stream with. Yeah, but one where like the community is not good. Squabble, people are too good. The nerds have optimized all the fun out of Wordle. Babble Royale still kind of goated. I thought that was it. Babble Royale, great game. It just, the thing that keeps me from going back to Babble Royale is that in so many situations, the optimal strategy is to just sit on your hands and do nothing. I don't find that as engaging. Like Squabble, you're typing like a madman all the time. In Babble, sometimes you're like, for the next 90 seconds, the best thing I could do is just stare at my letters. Got a favorite Swedish film? Great question. Ignoring the incredible oeuvre of auteur-director Ingmar Bergman, I think you gotta go with something a little bit more contemporary, perhaps like a Let the Right One In or something like that. I almost restarted right there, holy cow. That's how off the planet I am. What about Norwegian? It's Troll Hunter. It's a 6 out of 10.
Here we go.
20 seconds. It's alright. Force Majeure was good. Dude, honestly, I gotta see Force Majeure because I've seen the Will Ferrell, Julia Louis-Dreyfus one. I forget what it's called, like Avalanche or something like that. And I like that. I thought that was decent. Downhill, that's what it's called. I liked that. And everybody says that's substantially worse than Force Majeure. So I think I gotta see Force Majeure. I thought it was if you like movies that are like comedies that aren't funny, I would recommend Downhill.
Here we go.
Some of my favorite comedies are not humorous. Downhill is not one of them, though. Sounds dreadful. How do you become a focus group person? Honestly, that would be like a dream job. I mean, this is pretty good too, don't get me wrong. But like just being like some kind of like the exact representation of an everyman that gets fed like the new flavor of Cheetos they're trying out in Idaho. If you had to associate one of the following emotions with extra flaming hot Cheetos, what would it be? Happiness? Hunger? Exhilaration? Tanginess? Actually, maybe I would be bad at being in a focus group. Because isn't it just, essentially, your life is just permanent meetings where people talk about meaningless garbage? I don't mind that when I'm the only person talking. But I feel like in a focus group, everybody has to give their opinion on like, well, I think we should make the leather strap an inch smaller, you know? That sounds like a nightmare for me. You know, even I'm not even nice to my friends when we get on that kind of stuff. I'm like, shut up. We gotta like get to the real issue at hand here. To a stranger, I can't handle that shit. I don't have the patience for everybody to get a turn with the talking stick. If you don't have shit to say that actually like drives it forward, then just be quiet. We can start lunch at like, you know, 11:58 instead of noon. What happened to my music? Did you hear that? Now that was speedy. It did get a little cursed there. It wasn't just me. That is quick, man. That is quick. This discourse is the discourse is the worst part of my job as a group participant. That's what gets. Oh man. Don't even start with me. I'm like look. I can live with it. I'm a good faker in the sense that like if someone is talking for like way too long about something that only they care about, I can just enter my mind palace until they're done. Or until you know, because this always happened in night school. Someone would be like, you know, I'm 17 years old and I would like to add my life experience into this, and everyone else was just like, okay, here we go. But then usually the good professors, after like 45 seconds, they would be like, you know what? Why don't we talk about this after class? And we were all like, thank you. Thank you, professor. Whoa! Frame perfect. Awning skip. New tech clean. He was flying. I just can't believe we've golded Thwomps 4 times today. Each one is like by an eighth of a second. kind of clean with it. Dude, you know what else? I hate when there's like a natural rhythm to a conversation. I hate when you're like about to leave, so you start doing stuff like going, well, and then while you're doing your well, the other person doesn't fulfill their end of the conversational bargain, which is to let you say, I gotta get out of here, I gotta get going, oh, my meter's about to expire. I hate when you're like, well, and they're like, so did you see, like, the game last night? And then you're like, yeah, you can't just be like, I'm about to get going. You gotta be like, yeah, but I gotta get going, and then you're the asshole for cutting the conversation short. Even though you did the nice thing by going, well, like, the well is like a primer that is like, I gotta get out of here. And they just stomp right over top of it. Well, you make me wanna throw my hands up and hey. You know what I'm talking about? The Isley Brothers? In Finland, we don't do that. Dude, honestly, everything I hear about Scandinavia, they seem like my kind of people. Nobody wants to talk to anybody in public, especially if you're strangers. People give each other space at the bus stop. They don't want to stand close to each other. Please don't stand so close to me. Like, that appeals to me greatly. I don't like this kind of folksy, like, if you're in the vicinity of another person, you're expected to strike up a conversation with one another. I don't mind having a conversation with an extrovert. I feel like that's okay. I didn't bonk. I never bonk. Because, like, an extrovert kind of drives it. I'm like, okay, you clearly, like doing this. More power to you. As long as you drive the bus, I'm happy to be a part of the conversation. But when, like, two introverts, myself and somebody else, are in the conversation together and we're pretending to be extroverts, that's where I'm like, oh, man, we should just be looking at our phones right now. Look at that. Don't tell me you can't banter. I can banter. I mean, I'll be honest, no Bowser dance, no deal. I'm not a great small talker. I accept that. That's my role in life right now. Not a good small talker. Makes me not good at daycare idle conversation. 2 ales in at the pub, I'm the guy you want at your table. Just idle conversation about, you know, how the day has been. You know I don't care. I know you don't care. My sound? This guy loves ale. This kid's definitely on ale. Yes. Yes. That's why I got so annoyed with the Jackbox game that was like least favorite small talk conversations. I was like, all the ones that came in last are the best small talk conversations. Yes, reality TV is a great small talk conversation because it's inconsequential and you can say things that are like insane about larger talk conversations. Like you can say, oh my god, I hate her so much. And you're not like a sick psycho. You're just like, oh, I don't like what she did on Love Island or something. If you don't watch the show, even better. That makes the small talk even smaller, which makes the small talk even better. I don't know shit about the weather except like what it is right now. Sometimes people try to make the weather into like more big talk. They'll be like, the forecast said it was gonna rain for the next 10 days, and I'm like, I don't live my life like that. Barely hit that boing. If you say so. That's why when people are like, I hate small talk about sports, I'm like, it's literally like designed to create small talk. I will say, small talk about what celebrity is hot. Didn't really think about it, but that would be like the most uncomfortable of all the conversations. I don't want to be sitting there at the daycare and one of the dads is like, you know, what about Kate Hudson? I don't know. I was trying to think of a contemporary actress. Has Kate Hudson done anything lately? She did the Skeleton Key. That was only like 18 years ago. Kate Hudson. For $1, name a woman. No, I'll tell you what went through my head. When I thought of a female celebrity, I thought of Zendaya. But then I was like, that's a little weird. Like, I'm like 33. I'm pretty sure Zendaya is like 10 years younger than me, 15 years younger than me. I don't know. But then I was like, wait, she's been around like forever. And then I was like, man, I'm old. And then I said Kate Hudson. I was like, who's an actress who's my age? And then I was like, oh yeah, someone who was 30 when I was 15. That makes sense. I bet I could, if you asked me, I bet I could come up with an actress who's 33 years old. Ready? Ready? Mary Kate Olsen. Check it. Check it. $35. Okay, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. I'm thinking. They were my age in movies starting around the mid... Scarlett Johansson? Hold on, let me think about this for a second. No, I bet she's 37. She's 37. Look at it, because I was thinking, I was like, I know she was like 18 when Last in Translation came out in 2002. How about, okay, ready? Ready? Oh, let's go. Thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking. I'm still thinking. What about Emma Stone? Played a high schooler in Superbad, came out in 2007, means that she was probably 19 when she played the high school student. What the heck? You did it? She's 33. Let's go. Now, I don't know if I could do a second. Because I was going to say Anne Hathaway, but I'm pretty sure Anne Hathaway, she was in the Princess Diaries in like 2002. She was probably 8. She's probably 37. That's tough. She's 39. There you go. Okay. Actress is the same. What about Blake Lively? I feel like Blake Lively, I have no idea how old she is. Like, if she was 42, I would say that makes sense. If she was 29, I would be like, that makes sense. She's 34. Okay, look at that, see? I mean, that means she was born the same year as me. I'll take that. That's 2. You know what? That's another good one. Who played Hermione? Emma Watson. Emma Watson? 30. She's younger than me? Whoops. Fool's green. Elizabeth Olsen, 33. Birthday was 2 days ago. Whoa, dude. Wonder what she did for her... I wonder what she did for her birthday. Do you think she watched some... You think she has some... vision? I was gonna say Lindsay Lohan, by the way, but then I realized that I'm pretty sure she got her first DUI. What the hell? What the hell? I'm pretty sure she got her first DUI when I was like 16. She's 35, okay. That's okay. You can take the bridge. Like Timbaland on Sexy Back. What the hell? Did you see that? Did you see me? You see me go through the donut blast and then go back up through the donut blast? Oh no, I'm not close enough. I'm close enough. No! I'm spamming. I don't know if that's gold. I had a frame perfect Bowser 2 earlier today. Never mind, it's gold. Oh my god, it's so tight though. It's so tight. Isn't it crazy you and Oscar Isaacs are 10 years apart? I'm hoping that I'm gonna be like Oscar Isaac and be one of those guys who gets like more handsome as he gets older. I'm just like hoping. Cause they say like, oh, this is a quote from Knocked Up. Leslie Mann regarding Paul Rudd says, it's so messed up. Every year I get older and he just gets sexier. That's not fair, Leslie. You're talking about Paul Rudd. He's like built different. But like most people, that might be true up to a point. Then they hit like a wall. And every bad decision they've ever made in their life catches up with them. I'm just kind of hoping that like that won't happen and I'll just look like Oscar Isaac somehow. I could get Oscar Isaac's short hair look tattooed on my scalp. And then just grow the beard he had in Dune. And it would totally work. It would totally work for me. Many people are saying it would work for me. Take me up, coach. I felt it too. The worst part of it is I felt it. I was like, I'm starting like a single electron. Not worth. Chib, you weren't here. You were asleep. Okay, that one we didn't have to do. You were asleep. We hit that triple jump every single time today. Look, I'm like O-Town. I want it all or nothing at all. People are like, don't do that, don't do that. I don't want to set like a little middling interim PB, okay? I don't want to set like a PB and then be like, okay, now it's time to learn a new trick. When we put all the elements together, we're gonna get an insane PB. We're done with the piecemeal PBs. It might take us longer because the degree of difficulty is higher. Just call me Evgeny Plushenko, okay? Then do Owlus. It's not juicy enough. Dangerously based. I'm not even looking at the screen. I was glancing that whole section, honestly. No! Side flip me. Owlus not necessary till sub 18. Yeah, chat. Owlus is not necessary until sub 18. Everybody knows it. We've all been talking about how much you overrate Owlus behind your back. I do have to learn how to skip the platform section. No hater Goombas. We love it. Incredible. Straight in the pipe. Straight in the pipe. And if we do it fast enough, we got time for one Zoms. People do this in 18 minutes? Oh, I thought that was still in. The world run speed record, that's how you say that, is 14 minutes 48 seconds. I know, it's hard to believe you can get that much better than what we got. Alright. I'm telling you, We didn't hit the highest highs and the lowest lows with the windows down, and this song guiding you home today. That's gonna hit. Oh! But, again, we're now like 3 elements off of a perfect run by my standards. Come on, man. When we hit that, oh my god. Jump in, dive, and then you wail. Okay. Great Death Cab for Cutie reference. Excuse me, that's the Postal Service. You made me miss my Bowser throw. That your attribution was so off, you made me miss my Bowser throw. You think I'm gonna reference Death Cab for Cutie? Come on, have some self-respect. Postal, I'm a Postal Service man. Still pretty good, honestly. I'm like stunned with the improvement today. You're going, Postal Service. The consistency after like a week of being pretty ass is a little absurd. Didn't put together that perfect run, but still. Sum of best came down 30 seconds. Pardon me. Holy cow. Slash marker. SM64-4. YouTube's not gonna like that. I mean, they might like the Mario videos.